Greetings, I hope this video finds you all in good health. Starting off here we have the noble family Phendzson name of Phendzvolk. Here is your king, Bert, starting off at age 20. His spouse is Quinn, brother Veen, and other brother Jezre. They will be the Caden culture, which is the Cadens being former barbarians who lived on the border of the Crimson Empire, which used them to guard its borders. The Caden value honor and martial valor above all. Their songs extol bravery and heroism, while their material culture is notably austere and aesthetic. The Caden value strength. Their xenophobia is the Varn. They will not be our friends. We'll be at a constant war with them in search of a Phendolvia. The Caden's knowledge is in military, which is necessary for these times. Looking at his traits here, he's going to be the manager around the city, so I put him at 13. He will have a teaching level of 3 in hopes of having a son and being able to teach him what he knows in management and combat. He'll have a combat skill of 6 because he's just got to have a little head start in being able to fight, because things go wrong and sometimes he has to make the square. So his adjacent perk for management will be precise language, and this will enable clerks to conduct inspections in 10 minutes. That's speed time compared to what it is. You can connect up to 25 workstations to the chancellery. And that's not unlocked till we reach up to 15 skill points for that trait. But I'm starting him at 13 because by the time we get the book for the chancellery, by the time we read it, then we have to build the building. That's going to take a year or 2 in-game. It'll be a little bit, so he'll have time to work on his management skill to bump that up to a 15. Bert's character traits, he's going to be monogamous, which means he will never cheat on his spouse. That's a great positive trait that takes care of that, because that will tear apart a noble family. And he's also going to be lustful, so it's going to increase the need for sex twice as fast. That's good. So hopefully him and Quinn will be doing the deed as much as possible, having as many kids as possible, hopefully many sons, to carry on the legacy of the Phendzson name and to spread into new territory and all the like. Moving on to our next noble member would be Quinn, spouse of Bert. Again, a Caden. They're all going to be Cadens at a ripe age of 20. We're starting everyone off at a young age so they can rule as long as possible. They can enact their policies as long as possible for the next generation of nobles. The first generation of nobles is most important so they can build up the city the way that they envision. They can pass on all the knowledge to the next generation. Quinn's skills here, she will be skilled in trade with the adjacent trait of the forecaster. Thanks to their special knowledge of trade language, this character gathers rumors from the Holy Caravan about upcoming price changes for certain goods. The forecast comes in the form of a notification. Yeah, it'll just pop up and let me know. When she hangs around when the trader comes along, she listens into the rumors, giving us knowledge on what's going to be more expensive the next time around. So hopefully we'll have abundance in our inventory of that, whatever the certain material or good is, so we can trade it off and get more money. Just like her spouse, her traits will be monogamous and lustful. Moving on to Bart's older brother Veen. He will be the great commander. He will be leading the armies to every mission, every conquest. He will be the head of the army, the greatest commander of all the land. I'm starting him off at 14 points on the command skill, which gives the adjacent city defender trait. The command skill of this lord inspires members of his squad when defending their town, doubling their pain threshold and bravery. They respect the man. They want to do good for him. So that'll be good for us. And he will only have 1 more point to learn. So giving him more points in combat, he's going to have to be leading the army The man has to be able to fight himself. And I need to rack up his intelligent points, because once we get that library built, everyone needs to be able to flip through those pages quickly. And then a couple spare points in manners. Vin's character traits will be reckless. He has a higher threshold for bravery, and he will be homely, since he's more than likely going to be the last one to get married. We will be looking for a spouse for him, so he can have many sons and daughters himself, but he's going to be home the least. He's going to be away from home, leading the army on a lot of missions, so there's not going to be a lot of time for him to reproduce. So this homely trait is going to reduce interest in the character from other characters by -10. -10 isn't that much. All it takes is going to hang out, having a good conversation to bring it back up to normal. Here is the oldest brother of Phendzson's Juzre at the age of 22, the brother Bert and brother Vin. His highest skill is going to be combat. Okay, he has to be the best warrior in the land, and I'm starting him at 11 with the adjacent trait of head chopper. During combat, this character has a much higher chance of decapitating opponents. He goes mad, he goes berserk, and he likes to sever heads. So he's a madman, and that's important to have in the old toolbox. Every toolbox needs a hammer. Hand-to-hand combat and shield strikes are not included in this ability. Again, he needs 15 points in the combat skill to unlock the head chopper trait, but I'm starting him at 11 because I need someone who is high in persuasion. Persuasion determines the effectiveness of actions related to influencing other characters, including dark deeds, bribery, and other things. Dark deeds. There's going to come a time where we're going to have to make some calls, do some snaky stuff, visit enemy kingdoms, and go fill our pockets with their treasury, and he needs to be persuasive in order to get that done. He's also going to be visiting libraries and stealing books from enemy kingdoms. We can also kidnap lords and all sorts of other dark stuff. I'm giving him 3 in management because I'm going to separate the city in 3 different management zones. We need 3 different managers, inevitably 3 different chancellery buildings. Maybe he will be one of them. 1 in teaching and 1 in manners, 6 in the intelligence, so we can be reading books quickly. Just like his brother Vin, his character traits will be reckless and homely. That is the noble house of Phendzvolk, noble name Phendzson. Without further ado, let's get into setting up the world, all the provinces and all the kings and all our neighbors, all our enemies and all our allies.